Hey there, welcome back. It's time once again for the golden age of DC Comics 365, where I take one of my favorite coffee table books. It was a gift to me from one of my best friends almost 2 decades ago. It's been surfing on every one of my coffee tables ever since. It's well loved. I've gone through it a few times, and this time I'm going through it with you. And we're going to just be checking out the age of yesteryear, the golden age of DC Comics, and we're gonna open the book and see what today has in store for us. And the golden age of DC Comics happens between 1938 to 1955, and the Silver Age begins in 1956. And I'm a Bronze Age baby. I grew up. The Bronze Age begins in 1974 or so, and so goes on the ages of comics. And this one today is March 11th, and this is a page from a random magazine, one panel with a narrative caption, two heroes, three robotic assailants, and two word balloons. And it's on an even eye level, I think. And there's a horizon line, and here we go. Easy, chum, you're handling precious cargo. Let me go. Aha, yes. And this is at the King Bug's order. Ted and Alan are taken up by huge carrier bugs. Okay, that's Ted and Alan, huh? Don't know which one's which. It's March 11th, and this is a story by Carl H. Cloudy, art by Stan Ashmeyer, from All American Comics, number 23, February of 1941. In Rescue on Mars, this episode's of Adventures in the Unknown series featuring Ted, Alan, and Jack. The boys are prisoners on the Red Planet, whose denizens have a hankering after our brains. They exchange pleasantries as they are dragged off to the operating room. Boy, what a mess we made of this rescue. And looks like the end of the trail. But despite their despair, the guys had 2 more issues to go. Yes. And yeah, the science adventurers, they're not necessarily super powered or or costumed as such with a cape and a domino mask to obscure an identity. This was also a part coming in. I like science fiction as well. Science fiction stories. I'm not that well read, but I grew up with Ray Bradbury and Robert Heinlein and Isaac Asimov, Arthur C. Clarke, Frank Herbert. I'll throw some Stephen King in there too. His stuff it can get close to sci-fi, but it's horror. Yet, and I read Octavia Butler, Margaret Atwood, and Ursula K. Le Guin. Pretty, later on in life, pretty recently comparatively. But Ray Bradbury, specifically Robert Heinlein. Robert Heinlein, I believe, was attributed with a sci-fi trope, a certain hero archetype, and it was the science hero. And it wasn't necessarily... It was where Mr. Spock comes from. It's just the intellectual solution. And beyond brute power. So, the science hero that was just gifted with technology, understanding it, and using it as a dispute resolution tool over, just sheer brute force and fisticuffs. And but yeah, so how are the science heroes going to get out? I don't know. But you know what? I'd be interested in if I found that random issue. I would pay $1.99 for it today. Sure, why not? Because for the ads and for the nostalgia and the well, nostalgia is a personal feeling. Nostalgia is what I get when I look at ads from the 1970s comic books, from 35-cent Marvel magazines, from the 50-cent Marvel magazines that had the Olympia 10-speed ad on the top of it. Like those were my wheelhouse of just a certain age, of a spinner rack at a certain corner store in Dorchester. Yeah, those Star Wars, those Moon Knights, those ROMs and Micronauts, those Marvel magazines were magnificent. And that was at a certain age, like the golden age of 8, 9, or 10 years old, and but yeah. Yeah, the golden age. Yeah, the golden age is 9. Is it the golden age 1938? No, the golden age is 9 when it comes to comic books. Yes, I don't know. That's up there for debate. Why don't you leave a comment in the comment section? What was your golden age of comic books? When did you like? Where do you find nostalgia when you look at an old funny book, an old floppy, and you open it up and you're like, gosh, I remember everything about this. Look at this. This is an ad for Saturday morning cartoons. They don't make track racing cars like that anymore. Or even BB gun ad, the Kawasaki little mopeds, the little dirt bikes. Like I would never have either one of those. I'm in the projects. You get killed or you get it stolen from you. What are you, my mom? What are you, stupid? What do you want one of those? What do you want one of those for? But those were the ads in the comic books I grew up reading. You have a Daisy BB gun in the projects. You get your ass kicked for it and with it. Yeah, a dirt bike. I was lucky I had a BMX. We were blessed. Well, thank you so very much for tuning in. It's been the golden age of DC Comics, 365 days. We're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So you can tune in tomorrow at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and when we turn the page, we'll find out who and what we're talking about in the olden days of comic books, the olden golden age. Well, thank you so much. Like and subscribe if you can. Leave a comment or a question. We'll answer it on air. And let me know. Yeah, and I'm an ordained minister, a spiritual guy, an amateur theologian. We get spiritual here, and that's some good content that we lay down. Also, I'm a professional chef, so I share restaurant level cooking hacks with you, so you can make delicious, nutritious, and beautiful food for you and yours at your table when you break bread. It's a wonderful thing to all eat together and eat delicious and healthy, great non-processed foods. Homemade food. You deserve it. You really do. And so does the Lord living within you. Ha ha! Namaste. Thank you so much. Excelsior.